And dolls, I'm toying with the idea where I throw a wee video up now and let you know it's going to be alive at 12:30, because by the time I get this done, because I'm going to do a wee video, a wee walk and talk, you know, for my subscribers, I don't know how to say it without coming across too cheesy, you know what I mean, because you mean that much to me, you know what I mean, yeah, it's just a wee bit of an extra long video, a walk and talk with Tulip. She's in season. She's in season, so she's in solitary confinement. And God love her, man. God love her. You know, I've never had boy dressed. I would never do that to one of my dogs. I'm just not one of them kind of dog owners who would get my dog's balls chopped off, you know what I mean? When can I say that? Should be able to say that, eh? Maybe have to edit this. I'll maybe just make this my big video, guys. You'll know. I'll do something to let you know. I'll let you know if you buy me a coffee and all that. The usual. I think there's 24 years on there. That get an email every day, you know. So I'll definitely do that, and then I'll stick out as many WhatsApps and private messages through X as I can. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't bother the YouTubers and all that. You know what I mean? They've got their own thing going on. It's, you know, I don't harass people every day. It's just you guys. Squirrel going up there. Don't know if you've seen that. Probably didn't see it. He's way up there, so he is. Turn around a wee bit for you. I'll just make this the big video, guys. Come on, Tulip. Come and say hello. Stay. 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 Hey. Sit nice. Sit nice. Sit nice. No, Kimmy, she doesn't do sits and all that. I don't teach. I'm not into teaching my dogs tricks, guys. You know, I get them to stay, stop, and listen to me like that way, and get them across the road, running across the road, you know. Anytime we go across the road, and when I say cross, you know, I let their leads go, you know, the pulley leads where you can get the button to stop it. I'll release the stop on it, and let them run across the road. So that's a wee thing I've always done with dogs, and I think it's paid off, to be honest with you, because I did have a big ridgeback. Oh man, honestly, when I bring some photographs, when I do a book or my story or whatever, you'll see everything. There'll be a biography sort of thing as well. But oh man, the connection with me and this dog was unreal, you know, unreal. And still miss her, like, really do. She died in the same spot. My wife died in Poppy's bed. You know, my wife was like dying on the phone to 999. I know it was a bit sad. I don't even know why I'm doing this, man. Honestly, I'll never fucking learn. And so obviously she couldn't breathe, you know what I mean? So obviously she must have got tired. You know, I believe it was peaceful, guys. You know, and she just obviously Poppy was a big ridgeback. She stood on her back legs. Her head was looking at me. She looked me in the eyes, you know, and Sammy lay down in her big bed, you know, and yeah, so that's exactly where Poppy died. The bed wasn't there, obviously, you know, but in the exact same spot where Sammy died, Poppy lay down to die. And yeah, she was a very special dog, guys. And she brought her up through here one time, and it was hailstones, and believe it or not, it was a burnt out car from years and years ago, all rusted, and about 250 quid's worth of scrap, you know what I mean? So me and Sammy were dismantling it and getting ready to tie rope to it and drag it out through under a tunnel, you know, not this particular tunnel, but another one. And Poppy was like taking shelter under a tree, and she was only a puppy, and the next thing she was gone. And we thought like she went into the river and got washed away or something, you know what I mean? But running about like two headless chickens trying to find her. Come on, Tulip, up this way. And she when we got home, she was sitting at the front door. So she managed to cross a really big major road, you know, that runs from east to west, you know, the A71. And train, guys. And yeah, so I imagine the training, you know, getting her to run across roads probably saved her, you know. I know it sounds a bit nuts, but you can't really teach a dog to stay at it. You know what I mean? If a dog's feared and running, trying to get home for some reason, it's just going to run. It's not going to stop at a road, even if you train them to stop. They might think about it, but they'll just do it because you're not there. They only work with you. They don't work like that on their own. But, you know, she was just used to doing that, and that's, I think, the day. So I don't really teach them too much. Try and keep them as natural and as wild as possible, you know. Obviously she'll think she's a princess, so she does. She thinks she's a princess, don't you? Yeah. She either wants to be like 10 feet away from me or on my lap. You know, she never stays at a nice distance. Look, as soon as I take the camera down to get a nice bit of footage of her, she comes right to me. Don't know what you're seeing there. Hope I'm getting it right. But that's my tulip. He's in season and likes eating grass. I never get it right, so I don't, guys. That's why I'm moving it about. But anyway, hope you're good. So the week has started, so it has, and just getting Tulip out for a big walk on her own because, like I say, she's in season, so she's not getting the cuddle of a boy at night. I've been wondering why the two of them are stuck together like glue lately. I mean, but no, all good. Good wee live yesterday. It was a good wee live. Good topics, you know. And we see what's coming, you know. I'm seeing reports of Stormers going ahead with, you know. I'll let you know if it affects anybody around me, you know what I mean. We'll keep everybody posted with it, and you can let me know as well. I'm stick a glove on. But yeah, it's quite cold. Everything was white this morning with frost. But baby's still sleeping. Kitty's awake. Kitty's awake. But yeah, everything's good. It's a beautiful day, absolutely beautiful day, and birds are chirping. You know, things could be a lot worse, guys. You know, they really could. At the end of the day, you know, we're pretty safe at the minute, you know, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. You know, a bit deflated after yesterday with reform. It's like nobody wants to listen to us, you know. They're not interested in what we've got to say. They're aiming towards the middle class, you know, because the middle class is still watching BBC and Sky News. But please believe me, if we need to go out onto the streets and let people know what's truly going on and have that debate with people who truly think that they're right, you know, have phones and stuff there to show them receipts. She's got a smell of something, guys. She came up here and she got a wee smell of something, so it'll be a fox or a rabbit, and that's her, like, hunting, tracking, you know what I mean. She's kidding on me that she's some sort of big hunting dog, and she's a way to track something. Like, if a fox popped up here, she'd be done. She'd be off, you know. She's full of bark. Full of bark, that's what she is. Come on out of there. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Don't go in there. Right? Yeah, there's horses in there, guys. Can't see them in the day, but you will get to see them. I'll show you them. They normally come right up. Was in there. What happened was, here we're walking, me and my mate Pedro, walking up here with the dogs, and I don't know if it was snowing or not, but we were walking through this bit here, along there where all the trees, see all the trees? We were walking in there, something different for the dogs, you know, bits of wood to jump over and stuff like that, and they were chasing each other, and you know, that's a good bit of exercise for them. But there was a group of horses came along, and I'm a horsey person, you know, got no problem with animals at all, like. And we walked by them, and I could see the main, because every pack of horse has a main horse that's the boss, you know. So I noticed it straight away. I'm like, right, Biggin seems all right. They're all quite happy. Just let us all go through. Dogs were behaving. Any dogs that wouldn't behave were on leads and all. We're on top of our game. And coming back, the big main horse was like, nah, don't think so. You just take the piss now, you know. And he fucking went to kick Poppy. Just missed Poppy's head, you know. Just missed her head. My big ridgeback. And yeah, that's a wee story about that wee bit. It was really close. It was really close. She was so close to this being taken clean out of the game. One kick from a horse will kill a dog, like, in the head, 100%, if they get them right. But yeah, obviously, like I keep saying, these guys, keep an eye on what's going on. Keep an eye on who's saying what. This is a very important time for patriots. You got to understand, you know, this is where we learn. Because just because we don't have numbers and we're not in power yet, when we do get into power, we need to know things, you know, and that, you've got to know who your friends and your enemies are in this day and age now. And it's clear. Oh, look at the deer. That's deer. There and there. There. That's all deer. This came through here. Yeah. And they were just walking. It's not running deer, that's walking deer. So they're quite relaxed around here, like. You don't get to see them very often, the dogs. If I was on my own, I would probably bump into them quite a lot. I've bumped into them a couple of times, like, but normally I see their tail end bouncing across the field. So I do. But yeah. 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about that. I know, I still haven't, but don't bring hankies. I'm just not that kind of guy that walks about with a hanky. And I should do, like, Moses always running in the cold. But, like I say, guys, we know what's going on, right? We know that Farage isn't interested in us. He isn't interested in the people who are awake and the people who have children and are invested in this country. Yeah, it's a very strange scenario, so it is. And you will have a lot of people, I want to call them just minions, Nigel's minions, you know. They'll be online and they will be, you know, basically bigging Nigel up, even in the face of everything they're getting, you know. And it is quite frustrating. But you got to understand, these people are invested in Nigel in one way or another. Please believe me. They are invested. They've got something to gain from this. If anybody's sitting there and going on about Nigel playing a long game and, you know, he's only hope and you're wasting your vote voting for anybody else, they're invested. Please believe me. Because at the end of the day, these people are a lot more clever than me. A lot more clever than me. And I'm not hating on Nigel, I'm not doing anything like that, I'm just being honest and open. And yeah, I've put my cards on the table. I want to hear reassuring things. You know, I know the feeling of I know how the nation is. We know, you know. The only people that will be voting for Nigel Farage are the people that live in the nice areas. Can you get that? Because they aren't suffering what we're suffering, but it's down to us to let them know what we're suffering and just plea on their good side to vote for us and not for them. That's the only option we're going to have going forward, as each individual has got to put in more effort as we go forward, and we've got to do everything we can to stop this uniparty. Just another one of them. It's just going to do the exact same thing. There's going to be no change whatsoever, and they'll make a complete arse of it, because the country's going to be in a right state when they get it, and then that's all going to be all the excuses. They're just going to say the exact same thing as what Labour said. It's all their fault, you know. That's what I think. You know, that's what I think. I think when you're bringing politicians into the front that I've already been doing it for 20 years. That tells me everything I need to know. You know, they're either desperate and that's all they can get, which is probably part of the reason, you know. And because let's be honest, all our good guys are going to different places. Homeland, UKIP, all our good politicians, that's where they're going. This isn't the cream of the crop. This is what's left over from last year's crop that Nigel's picking in. Got to remember that as well, you know. So yeah, it's concerning. All these people all want to make money. They all want to be famous. They all want to be in the front bench, guys. You know what I mean? They all want to be in the front bench. But like I say, there will be good ones in there, guys. There will be good ones in there, thinking that they can make a change. But yeah, it's clear to us all what's happening now to Britain. It's clear that Nigel was got at with his bank accounts, 100%. And everybody's speaking up for him, or the establishment, they're all invested one way and the other, and they're coming out pretending to be working class and speaking to us working class guys as if we're stupid, you know. Yeah, and like, all right, maybe going their way at the minute, but as time goes on, you'll see the change. You'll see the change, because I'll be watching the change, you know. Stick to your guns, guys. You know, this is your saviour. Don't you change our mind in a couple of years' time. Everything's online forever. We've got everything. You'll be held accountable for everything you're doing today, later on. You will, like, 100%. You know, it's exactly the same as me. You know, I'll be held accountable, I know that. Nigel Farage gets in the power, fuck's sake, man. You know, it's not a fucking good place for me, is it? Or anybody else that's been, again, trying to warn people about him. Because he's just going to silence us, just like Labour does. If you think for 1 minute Nigel Farage isn't going to use the powers that Labour are going to leave, to silence YouTubers and anybody that's telling truths out there and highlighting points of view that people aren't really seeing, they're not going to come on YouTube channels and defend themselves like we always ask them to do. You know, if you think I'm wrong, come and tell me. Come and explain to me how I'm wrong. You know, for my lucky's sake. That's what I keep on saying to people. And I know at the end of the day, who am I? They take one look at me and they just scroll on, you know what I mean? But the point is, guys, yous are the same as me, you know. You can say these things to your politicians, these people that he's sticking up to represent. You ask them the hard questions, you know. That's what you got to do. You got to make sure the policies that you want are in the forefront, you know. He's not going to deliver them policies. No chances. He can't. He just can't. You got to understand that. These men cannot do anything. So it's not about Nigel. It's not about what Nigel is and how patriotic he is and how British he is and all the rest of it. Guys, it's not about that. It really isn't. He just can't. He's bought. Whatever's happened, he's part of the establishment, and there's people above him, just like there's people above Labour. And that's what you're going to learn as we go forward on 110%. And you're going to be so angry at all these YouTubers and all these other people on X and TikTok who are the minority of people. And I'm going to make that clear. It's a very small group of people out there that's doing this right now, that's trying to convince the rest of our nation that Nigel's the right man for the job and new forms the way forward for Great Britain. That's what people are pushing right now, when we can see differently. You know, people, men on the street can see differently. It's just the people that, you know, like I say, the middle class, the people that are living in the nice houses with Ralph Lauren curtains and Diamante lampshades and everything, you know what I mean? We try to replicate it, you know what I mean? We get the cheap stuff at Home Bargains and it looks alright. But you know what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know? Never walked a day, or, you know what I mean? You know, they think they have. They know some of them know. Some of them have been around working class and they know exactly what we're going through, and they still sit there trying to give a rhetoric that suits them and their direction in life, not our direction, not wee Lucky's direction, guys. You know, and this is my stickler. They're not thinking about my daughter. Sorry, the sun's in the back. Richard's right, you know. Twilight is the best time, but I always manage to get round it somehow. But it's heartbreaking. It is absolutely heartbreaking to see what you see and know what you know. You know, you got to understand, I've been around these people for years, all my life, since my mum died. You know, it was just me and my mum. you know, and it was amazing. An amazing time in my life, and everything changed when she died, you know, and that's my experience in life. My experience in life is how politicians looked at vulnerable children, and I'll never forgive them. You know, I'll never forgive them because I know there's men out there coming up in UKIP, Homeland, the ADF, the SDP, good, strong men that I would look up to all day long. There's no men in Labour like that. There's nobody in Reform like that. Look how they treat anybody that speaks up about the rape of our children. You know, that's not going to go in. I'm going to have to edit that out as well, you know, because you won't get recommended for the video. You probably won't get recommended for it now anyway. But the thing is, guys, it's like there's no men there that represent us. There's no good, strong men. They're all cowardly men. They're all like bullies. Look at Lee Anderson. Now, I know I have sort of defended him and the pressure he's under, but you can see it, can't you? I mean, that's a guy like that everybody knows is a pain in the arse. It's not just some random guy. It's not somebody that he's invited into his home. It's not somebody he's trusted all his life and all of a sudden turned. Because that's the kind of anger you get. This is a guy who stands outside giving people abuse, politicians abuse, and he reacted like that. That tells you everything you need to know about that particular man, I do believe. And, you know, you just got to look into Richard Tice, and you just got to look into them all. You've really got to look at how brave are they, really? How brave was Nigel Farage at Brexit? The only reason he done that was he didn't think he was going to win. That's why he basically bolted as soon, because he didn't know what to do. He's all smoke and mirrors. And it's scary because it's you're letting, it's like, I've got to be careful what I say. I've got to be careful what I say, guys. I really do, like, you know. But you'll see. I always say that. I said to you, like, at the start, you know, I don't really, I'd need to look into it, you know what I mean? I said to you this time, in 2 years' time, I said to you, or this time next year, Reform will just be full of Tories, you know. And any of you that have been following me know that's one of the first things I've ever said when I started talking about Nigel Farage and Reform. Once I seen what I seen and I knew what I knew, and I knew in my heart I was right, because I knew in my heart I'm doing the right thing for my daughter. You always got to remember that, guys. I'm not going to make a mistake. I'm not going to make a mistake, you know. This isn't about me. It's nothing personal, you know what I mean? This isn't a class thing. You know, it really isn't. I know sometimes it comes across like that, and there's nothing I can do. That's what they'll say. Oh, he's just a class hater, or he just hates because he's working class and he's had a hard time. He hates people that's done well in life. No, I could probably do a lot better in life than you, but I need to break the law because of who I am. Try getting a job with my background. Then try holding that job down and you got clowns all around you. It's really difficult, really, really difficult. You can't pick and choose who you work with, that's for sure. But yeah, I have been lucky as far as work's concerned. I have been lucky that way, but obviously I lost my wife and everything went to pot. But I'm getting there slowly but surely, you know what I mean? I ain't defeated or anything like that. I'm working on getting better, you know, and, you know, working on making money at the end of the day. No two ways about it. I can't survive in the social, guys, you know what I mean? It's difficult, it's hard. You know what I mean? But nothing's going to be easy for somebody like me, you know what I mean? And that's just life, you know, it's just the way it is. I accept it. I'm not moaning about it, you know, I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you what my life's like, you know. Yeah, so it's not about hating on anybody. I'll take you as a wee walk. It's not about hating on anybody. I'm so sad, like I don't think you know how sad I get sometimes over all this, because, you know, I've got a problem, okay? I do have a problem, and I recognise that problem. My problem is because I lost my mum when I was 8, and I am terrified of Lucky losing me. And no matter how I look at it, no matter how many people say you could live to your 80 and you're still healthy and you're still young and blah blah blah, and I know they're just trying to say things to make me feel confident and make me happy and all the rest of it, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I don't know how to get anything to work that way where I can totally relax, you know. And this is the problems of having children at old, when you're old, you know what I mean. And it's just really difficult sometimes, and that's why I am the way I am, you know what I mean. I worry that tomorrow I won't be here, and I just don't think there's men there that's going to fight for my daughter right now, you know. And it seems to be all the rich people and the people in the middle class are just being put up front, and they're deciding what happens to the rest of us when they haven't even experienced anything, any hardships or nothing. And these are the people that are in charge of us, and I don't want that for my Lucky. These people cannot do the job. They're not capable of doing the job. They're good at talking, they're good at smiling, they're good at doing one-liners, they're good at doing interviews, they're good at doing shows on GB News. But that's it. It's all smoke and mirrors. And I can see that. And that scares the life out of me. You know, it really does scare the life out of me. That we've got women in our side of things that could do a better job than any man that we have running for us right now. And that's not a thing on women. That's a good thing, I suppose, on women. But trying to let you understand the type of men that are there, you know, you just got to look at them. You just got to look at these men. You've spent 10 minutes in these men's time, if you could, in their personal life. And you'd be like, oh my God, how the fuck are you in power? How are you a front bencher? How are you even in the House of the Parliament? And that's the facts, that's the truth. That is the truth of the matter. Because they've never walked a mile in any of our shoes. They truly don't know what it's like in the working class areas. You know, we were insignificant to them. The only thing that matters to them is people with money, you know, and people, communities that will vote. And then they will bend over backwards for these people because we are insignificant. We don't matter to them, you know. There's always been a look down your nose from posh people and rich people towards us. They never understand us. They don't understand how we're so happy with so little. Yes, and I know they like to go on about so many people claiming benefits and all the rest of it, you know. But the facts of the matter is that working class people have a lot happier life, having dreams and ambitions than some of these people, you know. It's good to grow up and struggle a bit and have beans and sausage one night, you know, and fried egg, cold meat and chips done in the chip pan. You know, then when you get older, you look forward to a nice bit of steak. You meet a girl and you go out for dinner and it's all amazing and it's an amazing experience. And, you know, then Monday, if you're lucky, you might get a bottle of champagne. You might be in a situation where you're making a wee bit of money and you can enjoy life a bit better. And it all comes slowly and gradually and it's so enjoyable. You know, every moment is so enjoyable because you're not just handed it. Your parents haven't lived a life of luxury where you've went with nothing. You've went without nothing, you know, and there's a big difference with these people socially. And this is one of the reasons why they hate us so much, because they know what they've lost out on, because they've been born with a silver spoon. And, you know, there is a resentment towards people like us. There's no two ways about it. You can see it in their attitudes, I can see it in their eyes. You know, at Julia, okay, what do you call her? You know, you can just look at that interview and you can just see it. You can see the contempt in her face. And I can see that all the time. This is why I go on about reading people. There's things, I just see it straight away. You know, it tells me everything about a human being. It really does. And it's there for you all to take advantage of. It's always there. You all have the skill to do it. I'm not special, guys. Honest to God, like, I'm not special. I'm exactly the same as you guys, you know, and yeah, so that's one of the problems I have. That's maybe part of mental health, I suppose, and worrying like that and being concerned. And yes, I maybe overreact sometimes, and maybe, you know, doing these videos is an overreaction to my mental health. But I believe I'm right. I believe I'm doing the right thing. I believe it's the only option I've got. I'll never be able to be political. People just don't listen to people like me, guys, you know what I mean? And all I hope to do is just to leave something for Lucky and to let her know that I tried, And what she sees happening in front of her as she's older, she's going to look back and see how hard I tried to stop it. And see that thing there, that sort of hangs the scales a wee bit for me when I'm thinking about not being here for her. You know, that sort of levels the scales up a wee bit for me, you know what I mean, guys? When I can sort of get through my day a bit better knowing that I'm doing this, you understand? And like I say, by the time, hopefully, I've got many years to come, and there's going to be thousands upon thousands of videos of me standing outside shopping centres, videos of me standing outside football stadiums, videos of me standing outside anywhere where people are walking by to tell them what's going on in this country and what they need to get online and get off TV, and explain to them what the government are doing to people, how they're controlling their rhetoric and everything they see in their life, you know? I mean, like, what YouTube's even doing with me right now, and they're probably doing it with a lot of Patriot sites, and I did go to donate the other day, believe it or not, but it was just too much money. So every time I go on the internet, every single time, whether it be 5 times a day or 20 times a day on YouTube, every video I go to watch, there's an Arabic speaking man or woman speaking Arabic, wanting money for orphans and children in Gaza. I don't know nothing about the charity. I have looked in, like I say, I went to donate, you know, but it was like £25, £50, £100. I was like, I don't have that kind of money, you know what I mean? But it is persistent. It's every single video. Before I watch a video, if they've got adverts, that advert's coming on, you know. And yeah, it's just to show you, you know, and also to get some feedback if you're seeing it, if it's, you know, is it across the board? Is it every single YouTube video has got this advert right now? Because, you know, and it's not, I'm not having a dig at charity and all that. Come on, I was an orphan. I'm a last person. But, you know, obviously I've got concerns. We know that money's going across to these places and it's going straight into the hands of Hamas. We know that. And we understand now that the British government, especially, aren't really caring about that. So it would lead me to believe that there isn't very much censorship or what looking into. As we see, they put up a woman in power whose parents were, the Labour put a woman in power in our country to, what's that? Oh, it's just fluff. A wee bite. Oh, there's a wee bite. Yeah, they put a woman in power to investigate, what's the word? Corruption, and it turned out her parents were being investigated in her native country. This is a Labour Party, I can't mind her name, but it was just recently. You probably know who I'm talking about. And it's just to try and show, let you understand that our government doesn't care. Our government doesn't care. They just see Islam and go, yeah, help. You know what I mean? They don't think about where the money's going. And also, with band aid and everything that happened then, we now have evidence that quite a lot of that money went to guerrillas and went to weapons, you know. So there is evidence of charities, you know, doing this, you know what I mean. So like I say, I haven't named the charity, so I'm not going to go down that road. But the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, the government have got everything wrapped up as far as what you see. They control what videos you watch. You've got to search for your videos, guys. You've got to remember that. None of our videos are getting recommended. None of them. You know, Dino Bean, Paz, Paul Thorpe, you know. But you'd be very lucky. I do believe that, you know, it's just their numbers that gets them through. You get me? I do believe they would suffer just like me. You know, certain videos, like you've seen the video I done. Any controversial video I do, it doesn't hit over 100 views. You always got to remember that. Any controversial video I do, any wee short videos, 10, 15, 20 minutes about a particular topic, and you'll see it. You'll see it. It'll just sit there at 70, 50, 80 views. And then all the other videos are sitting at 200, 300 views. Okay, and it's not coincidence, guys. You know, it's, you know, once bitten, twice shy and all that. Yeah, I study it, I look at it, I know exactly what's happening, you know what I mean? I could do videos. Please believe me, I can do videos. Like, the other YouTube channel is going to be launched this week, and I'll show you the difference. You know, we will be careful with that one. Well, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. We'll go forward as a community. All we can do is be honest, open, and fair. you know, and stick to the guidelines. It's as simple as that, you know, no misinformation. Make sure you research all your stuff. Yeah, it was the one about the benefits. When I said it was 1.5 billion a month in benefits. And I didn't even say who, what community, or nothing. You know what I mean? I just said that there's 1.5 billion going out in benefits a month. And that's just to people coming into this country. That's not people that's been born and bred here, and granny and granddads and all the rest of it, and people that's been here 20 years have got citizenship because they're British as well. We've got to remember, it's a minefield out there, guys. It really is, and you've always got to keep yourself right and be careful and stuff like that. It is really, really difficult, and I understand why none of you want to do YouTube channels. I get it. I totally get it. You know, makes complete and utter sense. Come on, Tube, we'll go this way. But yeah, so that's a wee bit for you guys, wee bit of personal stuff that I don't really go on about. That, you know, I do have a problem. I do have a big problem with overthinking. You know, it's a big, huge thing that I've had all my life, and it can be really bad. It can really do me a lot of harm, you know, because I've really got to stay on top of my wee brother, and like I give you advice and tell you how to cope and stuff like that, but it's not always as easy for me, you know what I mean? You know, and it's like yous as well. The more stuff yous have been through, the harder it's going to be. It's not like everybody's going to go, oh, like, I've listened to Freedom Dad, and I know the wee brother's concept, and I know I need to get up in the morning and say positive things and keep positive and always see the positive and everything. Yeah, that's not going to work for everybody. I'm not stupid. I know that, you know. It might be part of something later on that yous get that'll help, and everything together, you'll go boom, you know, and you'll probably even forget about me talking about the wee brother, you know what I mean, and you'll think it's something else that's helped you, but that doesn't make a difference to me. It really doesn't. Like I say, I don't know I'm helping people. You are telling me amazing things that I'm doing for you, and I'm blown away by that. So, like, you got to understand, the wee brother is my thing. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if I've maybe seen it years ago. Somebody's mentioned it. I swear on my mother's grave, as far as I'm concerned, that's came out of my head and my head only. It's just the way I've always looked at my wee brother. The way I tried to decide why I was doing bad things when I'm such a good person. That's where it comes from. Because I know me. I know how emotional I can get, how sad I can get. I know what matters to me in life, right? Only I know that. There's only me. Nobody else in the world that knows that but me. And so when I do bad things, and I've done bad things in prison to other guys, and even outside of prison, and being involved in things that are pretty bad, I look back and I look for an understanding of it, you know. And, you know, it is difficult. It's always been difficult to try and navigate life and know that, like, because it's very easy to get caught up, so easy to become a psychopath. It really is, guys. It's so easy to lose control of complete normality, morals and principles and become a monster. I truly believe that. Every man has that. If you're pushed, if you're treated like an animal, you will act like an animal. There's no two ways about it, you know. That's in us all, you know. I've no problems talking about that, you know. A lot of people say, well, no, I think that's just you. Well, that's up to you, you know. You haven't been put in that situation, you know what I mean? And yeah, and there is just some really bad people out there that are just like acting like animals, you know what I mean? And that, you know, all I'm saying is I struggled with it. I struggled dealing with it, you know, being like wanting to be a father. How can I be a good father if I've done really bad things, you know what I mean? And you know, how can I, like, tell my daughter to behave in a certain way, and if I've done bad things in my past, you know what I mean? And it's things like that don't sit right with me. I need, because I know I'm pure, I'm whole, and obviously the religious side of things, you know. But at the end of the day, it's not me. It was never me. It was the situation. It was life. It was society. It was what I was dealing with. It was the situations I was in. You know, it was mental health, it was fear, it was survival, it was so many things that I can't even explain to you that made me behave a certain way. But I've always remained true. I've always, you know, I've never went to crime to fund my life. Never, you know. I done things more for just doing it. You know, and I got benefits from it, of course I did, but I wouldn't Like, I would sit without now. You know, I wouldn't do anything wrong. I would go hungry before I would steal or anything like that. You know, don't get me wrong. If I was really hungry, you probably would steal, you know what I mean, shoplift. You know, if they're showing you all that meat on display the way they do and fill it full of red dye to make it look attractive, then yeah, if I'm hungry, I'm eating it. You know, I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I don't expect any man to go hungry in this world. Especially when you got men and women just walking in with bags and filling their bags up and walking right out past everybody. You know, so you know, I'm never going to judge anybody for stealing a bit of meat or stealing a bit of food that they need to eat, guys, you know. Yeah, 100%. But, you know, there's so many avenues I could go down that would make my life so much different. You know, I would be living in a different area, a different house, going on holidays, driving about in a nice fancy car, wearing designer gear, blah, blah, blah. You know, but that's not who I am. I'm not that guy, you know. If I'd have been born anywhere else in the world, I would never have been in prison. I fucking know that. I know that with my heart. And I know what with many guys from my country. Many guys from my country would never have seen it inside of a prison cell. And I'll tell you how I know that. I'm going to tell you this bit as well, because this is just me flowing right now and just stuff coming to my head. I'll turn it around. So the reason why I know that is because I've been in different jails. So I know what criminals are like, and I know what paramilitaries are like. You understand? Now, yes, we have paramilitaries that are criminals, but when I'm in prison in Belfast, as a loyalist prisoner, whether it be the Crumb or the Maze, the calibre of human beings around me stood out. It wasn't like a prison. It didn't feel like a prison. They didn't feel like criminals. You understand? And I really didn't pick that up until I done my England sentence, and you know, Scotland was a big eye opener. That's, you know, and I'll be honest with you guys, right? And this, I've said this before, you know what I mean? In Barlinnie is one of the only prisons, and this is nothing on Glasgow, guys. This is just on the drug scene, to be honest with you. This is just drug use and how bad it is in Glasgow, and how crime is connected to drug use. So Barlinnie, when I went into Barlinnie, stood out in the exercise yard, you know, making my way on my own, making friends, finding out what the crack is, how the jail runs and stuff like that. And I'm standing there, and for the first time ever in my life, I felt like I didn't belong. And I'll never forget, I've spoke to Katie about that, and some friends. My battery's going to die. And I spoke to some friends about it. 100%, guys. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. The calibre of man in one prison compared to the calibre of man in my prisons was clear to me. I can come to this conclusion quite confidently, that the men in the Northern Ireland prisons, if they hadn't have been born and bred in Northern Ireland, they would never have seen a prison. 110%. Because you just know, man. I know what men are like. You must see men. See boys going up and go, oh, he's going to be in the jail. You know, you can look at men and go, oh, he's been in the jail. You can, you know. Oh, you get the odd guy that looks rough as a badger and he's never been in jail. Yes, but you do. And you will get people that look quite posh and well-spoken and pleasant, and they've been in the jail, you know. But on rule of law, you can go by, you know, looking at some folk, you know. And that's what it's like for me, you know what I mean? And that's how I'm able to say that about me and other people from Northern Ireland. And yeah, 43 minutes. But yeah, Tulip's having a good time. I hope the camera's been alright for you guys, not too much sun in it. And you've been able to see Tulip doing her wee running about, doing her thing. This will tire her out. And you know, I'm taking Bailey out in a wee while, but it's like, just waiting for Katie or her mum just to say to me, like, you know, no problem, I like taking Bailey out. But it's either, and when I'm out, either somebody's not in, you know, or they've already taken her out, you know, so that's the way it is. You get a key cut and then I can go and get her in the mornings. Chip chip, wee smell. You got a wee smell. Crows are noisy. yeah, so just coming up to the school, so I am, guys, and the sun's right behind me as well. So I'll probably wrap that up. Just a wee walk and talk out with Tulip. I just go down this path and that's me back into my wee bit. So quite fortunate, like, kids playing football. We AstroTurf for our guys. I'm not going to get the kids in. But yeah, just a walk and talk. So I'm back outside. Can't wait for the summer to do some more of these. And I'm going to try and maybe do a live. I might need to think of something for signal. I don't know. I need to look into that. Because like I've been trying little videos and all when I've been out on a walk and no chance. Come on, Tulip. No chance. It's like no signal, you know. And yeah, it's really bad reception. So I don't know how I would do a live, you know what I mean? But I would really like to do a live out walking, you know, having the camera turned around so you're watching where I'm walking and I can look at the camera as you're putting messages up, you know. But so I'll flip her around for a wee bit and then I'll turn back around and say goodbye to you. But yeah, thanks very much for popping in the lives, and thanks for catching up with the lives as well when you miss the lives, and you know, the fact that you are going to sit there for a couple of hours, you know. But you know, obviously, like, I try and have a system, you know, you can skip wee bits and that. When you see me scrolling through the thingy, you can skip that wee bit if you want and just get the bits where I'm talking, or if you just don't want to hear me talking, then just listen to the bits that are getting shouted out in comments, whatever floats your boat, you know. You use it whatever way you want to use it. I just throw down videos every day and try to do different things, trying to keep it interesting and just try to make sure that you've got a wee bit of routine. And you know, and just that's it. Just I don't expect nothing from you at all. That's why I'm always blown away by the love and the kindness. There's a squirrel. Oh, it's stuck. The tree's not big enough for it to go up. You see it? You can see it. Tried to jump up a tree. There it goes. Hope you can see that, guys. I'm never great with this camera. Right, Tulip, you missed that squirrel. Bailey wouldn't have missed that squirrel. Bailey would have been right on that squirrel. But yeah, guys, so flip around. So thank you so much for staying to the end of my video. I know not many people do, and that's okay, you know. Like I say, you come and go as you please. I don't care if only 40 people watch a video. I really don't. I don't look at it that way. Yeah, I just do my videos and hopefully 5, 6, 10 people that have really got something out of it and enjoyed the wee walk, and you know, that's 47 minutes of maybe sitting there not knowing what to do. I don't know. You know what I mean? I think there's better things you can be doing. I really do, guys, you know. Or better channels. Nah, that's what I think, you know, personally. But I think everybody probably thinks that. Just like, you know, I'll never get my head around it, guys. I'll never ever get my head around it. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you all so much. So I'm going to leave it there and have a good day and God bless.